Welcome to the VIP room, the most important room there is. The question is, do you know what the VIP room is? When many people think of the VIP room, they think of maybe a special place in a certain location where only the elite goes to. They may think of, sometimes people think of a club or maybe a country club, and there's always a VIP section. Matter of fact, even when you go to the airport, there's a little VIP room for those who fly all the time and items like that. And so, but that's not what I'm talking about here today. I'm talking about the VIP room of your home. And so if I ask you what is the VIP room, many people will ask or answer, and they'll say, well, maybe it's the bedroom, where the family is made. And that's very important, but that's not what I'm talking about. Some people also think of the bathroom, and it is very true. If you don't use the bathroom, you're going to be in big trouble. But that's still not the VIP room. The VIP room is the kitchen. You use it, you live. You don't, some people say you may die. And so we want to focus on that today, not just because it's all about cooking and different items like that, but a lot of relationships are built in the kitchen, which I believe is the VIP room. You spend time with the family. You eat together. There's an old saying, those who pray together stay together. But I also believe those who eat together stay together. And you do fun things in there. Another reason why I believe it's the VIP room, if you don't use it, you're going to be in big trouble. A lot of people who don't use that VIP section, which is the kitchen, and they go out and have fast food. I remember somebody telling me, if you eat fast food, you live a fast life. You're here today, and you remember the old saying, going tomorrow? I like to change that. You're here today, going tonight. And so be careful that we don't get into that other section there. But let's start to use the kitchen. I remember a long time ago when I used to be young. I don't think you all were around back then. I learned a lot of things in the kitchen. We learned how to cook, like even granola. We learned how to make some pasta. We learned how to make rice and all of that good stuff. And of course, we made a mess. We were children. But actually, it was the best memories. Why? Because now I have the opportunity to cook. And I learned it when I was hanging out in that room. A matter of fact, one of my friends was just telling me here, why is the kitchen also very important? Because it saves you some money. You eat out. As a matter of fact, one of my good friends was talking about the other day. He's always in debt. Oh, I don't have money, this, and I'm always broke. And the man works almost 60 to 70 hours a week. Why is he always broke? And so we started to look at some of the things that he was doing. The first thing is, I asked him, where do you eat breakfast? Oh, he says, I pick it up at the local shop. Where do you eat lunch? Or I pick it up here. And where do you eat dinner? Or I go out there. Right there. Let's do a little calculation if you don't mind. The average meal, let's say lunch, is about $7 or $8. So, I know there's this all big promotion now about the 5-footers and the $5 and get everything for $5. But watch this. Let's say it's just $5. If I eat out, let's say I work 5 days a week and I spend $5 a day, and I know y'all just don't spend $5 a day, because when I used to eat out, I would get that meal and then I'll go ahead and add something on to that. I add maybe a cookie or a little bigger chips, or you remember the old thing, the supersize it and all that good stuff. So you add, let's just stick to 5 though. 5 times 5 is what, 35? No, 25. And so you add that up. And you go how many weeks in a month? There's 4 weeks in a month. So let's go 25 by 4. That's $100 right there. And you go ahead and multiply that over how long? 12 months in 1 year. And that's what? $1,200. And that was just on lunch. And I know we just don't spend 5. We're not talking about sometimes when we eat out with breakfast or even dinner and all those items. So you can take that and multiply. That's $3,600, $4,500. Some of us, even myself, I used to spend $5 a day getting that special, that little drink that you get, with all the extra whipped cream on top. Thank Lord I don't do that anymore. But we spend so much money because we're not using the VIP room. So let's get back home. Let's spend some time. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I don't have time to be cooking and time to do this. But watch this. If you don't take the time out now, you will have to take out the time out later. Unfortunately, later is when we're sick. Unfortunately, later is when somebody else has to take the time to take care of us. So let's start making some time in our schedules, in our lives, to use that kitchen. A matter of fact, I was just reading a report. Everybody is spending thousands and thousands of dollars on upgrades to their kitchen, but nobody is using the kitchen. Matter of fact, don't even upgrade the kitchen if you're not going to use it. Go ahead and use that money for something else. But if you're going to spend the money on the kitchen, then go ahead and put it to use. So today we want to focus on that. And we want to focus on one meal that we usually do around the kitchen, and one meal that we focus on around the family. And we do it for holidays, we do it for special occasions and stuff like that. But everybody always says, oh, that recipe, you know, it's usually not the best because it has a lot of fat and stuff like that. And y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the stuff with the little stringy items, and you have to boil it and do all that stuff. Yes. And you put all those cheese on it. I'm talking about the mac and cheese pie. It's in every meal. We see it all the time, especially with family settings. But today we're going to learn how to make some mac and cheese. It's going to be economical. It's going to be nutritious. And praise the Lord, it is going to taste good. And so go ahead, get your stuff ready, get your pens out. We're going to make some notes today because we're going to make some mac and cheese pie that not only is healthy for you, but it tastes good, and you get to do it in the VIP room. So here we go. Mac and cheese pie coming right up. And it's a simple recipe that everybody can do. All you need is one 14-ounce box of whole wheat macaroni, 3 cups of water, 2 cups of raw cashews, 1/2 cup of red bell peppers, 1/4 cup of nutritional yeast flakes, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1/2 tablespoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now, real quick, the reason why I believe this thing is so easy, and we try to make it very simple, is because the biggest downfall with everybody who's trying to live a healthy lifestyle is, oh man, I don't have all the ingredients. And we always stop. And this is an absolute no-no. No more excuses. Keep rolling with the recipe. Use what you have and just improvise. And so we try to keep it real simple for you here today. What we're going to do with that 1 box of whole wheat macaroni is we're just going to go ahead and boil that. Y'all are experts already, so I don't need to show you how to go ahead and cook macaroni, whole wheat. As a matter of fact, the only thing is when you go ahead and cook it, you need to just cook it just till it's tender, because we're going to go ahead and bake it a little bit. So if you cook it where it's too like soft and stuff, like how you would normally have it, and then you bake it again, instead of having macaroni and cheese pie, you have like macaroni and cheese mush or something of that nature. But y'all already know that, so no worries about that. And because of time, we went ahead and prepared it for you. So I have my my tender macaroni, whole wheat macaroni. After it's cooked, you go ahead and you just drain that out real quick. And so this is the little excess. And that's the cool thing about macaroni. If you make more than enough, you could always use you can make a salad out of it. You could do different things. And so that's the excess here. We already have, what you need is a casserole dish. And this casserole dish, preferably clear. I like the Pyrex ones. Why? Because one of the first steps in digestion, it has to be visual, okay? And I'm going to show you the finished product here in a little while. So go ahead and put it in one of those items. You take a regular blender, whatever you have. You get that going. I have my 2 cups of raw cashews. A lot of times you can rinse it, and man, if you see where these things are grown and how people harvest them, people walking all over it with their feet and stuff, you be washing your stuff from now on. But you go ahead, you have that 2 cups, really simple. Then we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the other ingredients. We have the salt. This is preferably sea salt, okay? People, don't catch a heart attack. I know those are quite a bit, but I'm going to explain because nobody's eating the whole macaroni and cheese pie at the same time. So a little salt is not going to cause any problem. Then we have some garlic powder. We have onion powder as well. And here's the cool thing about it. We're just doing this because we have to do it on TV. But if you're at home and you don't have onion or garlic powder, where did the onion powder come from? It came from the onion. Take a piece of onion, drop that in there. The garlic powder, just take a garlic or 2. Just take it easy, not too many, because you have to talk to people afterwards. And so we don't want, a riot in the place because of our breath. And so you could just drop the fresh garlic in there. Actually, I'll tell you this quietly, I think that's even better. So go ahead and do that. Lemon juice, we'll pour the lemon juice in there, really simple. And nutritional yeast flakes, people, you get your vitamins, especially the B12 from that. And you can do it before or after. Then you add the water. If you notice, it said 3 cups of water divided, and it depends on the blender you have. Okay, so you can pour it there. If you pour too much water, you may have a problem, depending on your blender, of grinding up the nuts. And instead of macaroni and cheese pie, you have macaroni and cheese cashew pie crunch or something of that nature. So you want to go ahead and put a less water so it can blend properly. And then you have your red bell peppers. I have a quick question for everybody who's watching here today. What is the highest source of vitamin C? Highest source of vitamin C. Now, I know y'all thinking, well, maybe oranges or grapefruit or lemon and lime. And y'all are probably saying, well, obviously he's going to tell us it's red bell peppers. Red bell peppers, not the #1 source, but it's very high. #1 is called actually acerola cherry. I mean, you eat this cherry, it tastes like a vitamin C supplement. It burns your mouth. But #2 on the list is sweet red bell pepper. Let me repeat, sweet red bell pepper. Everybody see it? This one here, I'm telling you, this is an amazing fruit because it has so much vitamin C. A matter of fact, this sweet red bell pepper has almost 4 times the amount of vitamin C than an orange. And a lot of people didn't know that. Now, a lot of people will also ask, well, what about the green one or the orange or the pink or the yellow? Now they got purple ones these days. I don't know about those. I only know what we studied. And we found out the red ones. A matter of fact, the red one is a sign that it has actually ripened. The green ones are unripened bell peppers. And so the greatest amount of vitamin C will be found in the red one. A matter of fact, that's why they're giving the green ones away at the supermarket. A lot of people are like, well, the red ones are expensive. Why? Because it costs the farmer man more time to grow it. A matter of fact, if you leave that green one on the vine there for a little bit longer, it will actually turn red. And so the farmer man is like, well, if it's going to cost me more time, I'm going to charge you more. That's why these sometimes are worth almost $3 or $4 a pound. And it's, to me, I think it's extortion, but that's fine because we can grow our own garden at home. And so you'll never have to pay for this again. But if you don't have your garden yet, go ahead and buy this. It's worth every last drop because of the vitamin C. And that's why we also put roasted red bell peppers, because these actually, in this container that I bought, it had about 3 or 4 in there for only like $2.98 or something of that nature. And so it was actually cheaper than a fresh one. Fresh one is always better, but if you could get it like that, no problem, no complaints. So you put all of them in here, and we'll just turn it on. So bear with me real quick. Now watch this. You want to blend it till you don't hear that, crispy crackling sound. That means that the cashews have actually been blended properly. Blend it till it's nice and creamy. If you have a regular blender, take it easy on the blender. Don't burn it out. Stop and go as you want. And if it kind of gets like congested in there, that's why you have the additional water to add. But if y'all don't mind, I like my mac and cheese thick and creamy. If I want a stovetop, I'll do something else. And actually, you can do stovetop. Just add more water and put it on the stove and keep mixing it. But I like it nice and creamy, so I'm not even going to add the excess water there. And now I have nice cashew cream. And it's real simple how you do this. You go ahead, you take your casserole dish, you take that cashew cream. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. This is good stuff right here. And you pour that on there. And y'all are like, wait, you have more cheese than macaroni. And that's how we do it back home. This is actually so delicious, people won't even know it's made from cashews. And because I have quite a bit, I'm going to go ahead and take some more cooked macaroni, and I'm going to pour that on there. And what you want to do is you want to mix it in there. I like to use the kind of pasta that I would normally use is the rotini, the little spiral ones here. You can use the elbows if you want, whatever works best for you. But I like the rotini because then it gets all in it, and it holds it properly. And so let me put this down and mix that a little bit with my smaller spoon. And so you mix it properly, and I think I have some more cheese over here. So you know me, I don't like to waste anything, so I'm getting every last drop of cheese. And you mix it in there properly. Like I said, you can use the elbows. It's just that the cheese may not get in the elbow. So you have an empty elbow, if you ever heard of that before. And so you put it there. Now you can stop here and take it and put it in the oven. Okay? You put this on the oven, 350, 375. Follow the instructions there. Our goal is to give you something better. So you take this, you put this in the oven. So if you don't mind, give me a second. Now we don't have all day to go ahead and bake it, and it doesn't even take that long to bake. A matter of fact, 1 second. One lady said, I was making the macaroni and cheese pie, but I was so hungry that I couldn't wait for it to finish. So I was like, what happened? She was like, I pulled it back out of the oven and I started eating it. I said, was it done? She says, no. And she says, am I going to get sick? I said, well, why would you? It was just cashews, some lemon juice, onion powder, garlic powder, and stuff like that. No problem, eat it. But you know what? If you made that other macaroni and cheese, the one like grandma, you may get sick. Why? Because she put a whole bunch of stuff in it, and if you have to let it cook properly, because if it doesn't cook properly, then it's going to cause other problems. So let me get the other finished product one that we have here for you. Now, I don't want to show y'all because people may want to order it, and I'm trying to have this later for dinner. But my dinner is lunch, actually. And this is actually the mac and cheese pie. As you see here, we got it a little crispy and let it bake properly. What you do is you let this bake in such a way that it gets really thick, and then you can see it right here. Look at this. Right there. Simple, easy. Don't worry, it's not going to fall. Imagine it did fall. But no, it won't fall on you because it's nice and thick and hearty. And here's the good thing about it. It's almost as good as grandma's. Almost, okay? And why do I say almost? Because grandma's is not as good as this. Because this one here, you ever notice when Thanksgiving and stuff like that, will come and we'll take a slice of her macaroni and cheese. She'll put like 5 different cheeses in there. Matter of fact, she'll crack a couple of eggs, milk, and all this stuff, and a whole stick of butter. I remember because I ate one piece and I was like, ooh, Lord help me. I ate a second piece and I felt my heart actually like start to flutter. Now, I don't know if it was my heart, but I just got so tired. And if you notice at Thanksgiving, everybody just knocks out after the meal because I don't know if they knocked out or the mac and cheese knocked them out. But the good thing with this one is it will taste good and is actually good for you. So go ahead, put this out on the table, Thanksgiving, special holidays, enjoy it. Just don't tell anybody. Don't say this is the fake one and this is the real one. Just put it out there and let them have a good time.